Kayla Peterson is a secondary English education major at Ball State University. In The Girl Behind the Mask, she discusses her struggles growing up and growing into her skin. The Girl Behind the Mask by Kayla Peterson. I never used to wear makeup. Not to say that I never had. I did at one point, but had become so discouraged with my skin and with my face that it pained me to try to put anything on top of it. In the 6th grade is when I really began to notice it. While the rest of my classmates had a zit here or a blackhead there, I had these constellations of bumps all over my face. My cheeks, forehead, chin, nose, there was no territory of my face that acne would not invade. No acne system or high-tech new face wash seemed to make a difference. In fact, the acne began to spread to my shoulders, my neck, my chest. I would stand in the mirror and turn red with shame at the red, swollen bumps, the blackheads, the whiteheads, the mess that was my skin. I would try so hard to cover those imperfections with foundations and powders to no avail. Concealer would seem to outline each bump, and powder would highlight them with shine and sparkle. With such pockmarked skin, it seemed impossible to cover it, let alone to experiment with eyeshadows or eyeliners. I just wanted to have nice-looking skin. I couldn't even begin to wonder what color of blush or shadow would look good with my skin tone when the only tone I knew was red and bumpy. So I gave up. I stopped trying to smear and wipe the foundation or dab the different brushes into my mom's expensive powders, trying to hide those bumps. I just stopped caring entirely. I would go to school feeling self-conscious and humiliated before I even walked in the doors. I hated my face. I hated my skin. But most importantly, I began to hate myself. I didn't dress up my body because I felt like my face wasn't good enough for me to look nice. I didn't take pictures by myself or in groups because I didn't feel that I looked good enough to be captured in film. Toward the end of my senior year of high school, my mom finally took me to a dermatologist to see what, if anything, could be done to help my situation. I was now 6 years down the road, and where my peers grew out of their acne, mine had remained. I waited 2 hours in a waiting room, tried products for 3 months, and developed a forever growing confidence. I couldn't stop staring at myself in the mirror. I couldn't believe it was really my skin. I graduated in a red gown with a less red and pocked face that I had had in 7 years. People would compliment my skin, how soft it was, how clear it was. I never imagined anyone would tell me they liked my skin. I never imagined I would like my skin. With this new skin, I began to finally experiment with all the makeup in all the ways I'd always dreamed of. I finally had a face that could support makeup and not make me feel painted on and disgusting, and I couldn't wait to experiment. Some brow pencil here, winged eyeliner there, a dark or earthy toned smoky eye for starters. I began to develop a wardrobe that I'd always dreamed of, but was too self-conscious to actually try. I began to look at myself in the mirror and not cringe and feel defeat. To which, people began to ask me why I hated myself. They said because I wore makeup that I must have hated who I really was, under all that. As if somehow wearing makeup means you're disguising who you really are, and you're actually just a lizard, under all that. As if spending all that time in front of the mirror staring at your reflection each morning means that you hate what is staring back at you. I don't know about you, but if I hate how I look, I avoid mirrors at all costs. Like I used to. I believe what you put on, or what you choose to not put on your face, is your own decision, and one you should ultimately be most comfortable with. I am a firm supporter in the power of changing yourself, in the power of self-confidence, and in the people who choose to wear or not wear makeup. Your face is the most identifiable part of you as a soul, and the ways in which you choose to alter that face are your own. I believe believing in yourself is one of the most important parts of the human experience. No, I never used to wear makeup, but now I do. And it's a decision for me and for me alone, because ultimately, that is who I must be most satisfied and happy with above all else. Myself.